Here's a gripping account of the Kray Twins, London's most notorious gangsters. In the glitzy heart of 1960s London, two brothers ruled the city's underworld with an iron fist. They were darlings of the celebrity scene, rubbing shoulders with the elite by day and orchestrating brutal crimes by night. But the Kray Twins' empire of fear couldn't last forever. This is the rise and fall of Ronnie and Reggie Kray, and how their reign of terror ended in a courtroom. Ronnie and Reggie Kray were born in London's East End in 1933. From an early age, they showed a knack for intimidation and violence. By their 20s, the twins had established the Firm, a criminal organisation involved in protection rackets, armed robberies, and murders. Despite their violent tendencies, the Krays were charismatic and cultivated a glamorous public image. They owned nightclubs frequented by celebrities such as Frank Sinatra, Judy Garland, and even politicians. Their charm and connections made them untouchable, at least for a while. Behind a glittering facade, the Krays committed a series of horrific crimes. George Cornell's murder, 1966. Ronnie Kray shot rival gang member George Cornell in the Blind Beggar pub in Whitechapel. The motive? A perceived insult. Jack the Hat McVitie, 1967. Reggie Kray brutally stabbed McVitie to death after luring him to a party. McVitie had failed to carry out a hit for the Krays and owed them money. These murders sent shockwaves through the criminal underworld, but witnesses were too terrified to come forward. The Krays seemed untouchable. By the late 1960s, Scotland Yard had had enough. Led by Detective Superintendent Leonard Nipper Red, the police launched an extensive operation to bring down the twins. After years of gathering evidence and convincing witnesses to testify, the Krays were finally arrested in 1968. Their trial in 1969 was one of the most sensational in British history. Both brothers were found guilty of murder and sentenced to life imprisonment, with a minimum of 30 years. The Krays story has become the stuff of legend, inspiring books, films, and countless retellings. Despite their crimes, some still romanticize them as anti-heroes of the East End. However, their victims and the families affected by their violence remind us of the true cost of their reign. Ronnie Kray was later diagnosed with paranoid schizophrenia while in prison and spent much of his sentence in Broadmoor Hospital, a high-security psychiatric facility. Ronnie died of a heart attack in 1995 at the age of 61, while still in custody. Reggie Kray served over 30 years in prison before being released on compassionate grounds in 2000 due to terminal cancer. Reggie passed away shortly after his release in October 2000 at the age of 66. Both spent the majority of their lives behind bars, with justice ensuring they never returned to a life of crime.